Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. Honey, this is my review for Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 7, The Foolishness Continues. Honey, I cannot believe the pure foolishness that is going on this season, but let's get into it, okay? If you have not done so already, take a moment to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and all that goodness and stuff, okay? Also, do not forget to like this video, comment in the comment section, share it on your social media by hitting the share button. You can also follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner on Twitter and on IG. The links to all of my social medias is in the description box below, okay? Remember to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and anyone around you. Always remember to inhale and exhale, because girl, the foolishness will need you to be out here breathing heavier and harder than ever before, okay? The ladies first panel will be today, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be on Niecy's channel. We will be discussing Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, Queen Sugar, Married at First Sight, and also Sisters. So do not forget to check out the ladies first panel with me, Bondi Blue, Jamie, that's me, and also Niecy Dixon. And again, it is on Niecy's page this week. Next Thursday, it'll be on Jamie's page. The following Thursday, it'll be on Bondi's page, and then it'll be on my page. So again, on my page. So again, every week, it is on one of the four of our pages. We are what? The panel, okay? So yeah, let that be. Let's go couple by couple, okay? First up, well, we know all the couples are coming home from the honeymoon. The honeymoon is now over. It's time to get to some real life or whatever. So first up, we have Ryan and Clara, okay? Ryan and Clara and stuff, okay? So Ryan and Clara are at the house or whatever. They done got into the new place and whatnot. They got them all, 2-bedroom apartments to share. And all the couples are in one building, because again, that's the easy way to track them all and whatnot, okay? So we see them sitting around chit-chatting. Oh, I go to bed at 10:30. I need the room to be dark. I can't have any fans on or nothing. That's what Ryan say. Clara said, well, I go to bed at around 1 a.m. and I need to fall asleep with the TV on and the fan blowing. I'm like, oh, so y'all sleep completely opposite and whatnot, okay? So they make a little compromise where if he doesn't want the TV on, she will allow that if he will allow the fan to be on. Look, anybody who don't sleep with the fan on all year round a little bit to have the air circulating is a psycho. Okay, I feel like Ryan out here killing caterpillars because he don't like butterflies. Okay, you get to be a butterfly at the first big caterpillar, so he kills caterpillars anyway. But again, they made that whole compromise. Later on, we see each couple, of course, go to see each other's place. Now, Ryan seems like he is so well put together, so organized, plan, plot, or whatever. But at home, behind closed doors, in his kitchen cabinets, he is very messy. They opened up one cabinet, the shelf had fell over. He still put stuff on the shelf, on the leaning shelf. And as she opened other cabinets, he just put random shit in there. I'm like, oh, with the doors closed to the cabinets, the kitchen looks great, looks beautiful, it looks well put together. But open up them cabinet doors, it's a fucking mess. That's Ryan. Okay, anyway, now her house is very organized. She's very much so an organized person, to where when she folds her shirts and puts her shirts in the drawers, she has to wear the shirt, the logo of the shirt faces up, so she know which shirt is which. They compromise again to where he will wash and dry the clothes, and she will, fold them up and put them away, because she wants stuff to be organized. That's fine. We do see Pastor Cal come by to chit chat with them, see how things is going and whatnot, okay? And we're doing great. So far, it's going very well. You know, we like it. We like each other, whatever. We have, you know, been bonding ever since day one and whatnot, okay? And we don't disagree on anything. Like, we just wonder, like, why we don't disagree on nothing. Because y'all ain't have real conversations, okay? No one can meet a whole stranger and not at least have something that they disagree on. Not a fight, but just, I like Blue's Clues. Well, I like the Rugrats. Okay, well, we differ in that. Okay, meaning it's just two differences, but not a disagreement, so to speak, or whatnot. Okay, and he then says, "So how is the intimacy going? Like, how is the intimacy growing between you two?" Good. You know, it's good or whatever. It's going good, but they haven't had sex. I'm looking like the intimacy. Okay, I guess so. Anyway, so even though they have not had intercourse sex, they kind of laugh and say, but we're doing things well. If you giving him blowjobs and if he eating your coochie, but y'all didn't get no dick, no girl, what is y'all? Unless y'all finger popping. Now, if you giving him hand jobs and he giving you hand jobs, I mean, I guess that's okay. But I feel like if you gonna put your hand in the place, why not put your penis there? I mean, what is y'all doing? Cause y'all are either giving each other blowjobs with your mouth or hand jobs with your hands. Either way it go, if you're gonna go that far, just do it. If you are bringing each other to climax, just have sex. I'm gonna leave that be, okay? Anyway, Ryan brings about, I want us to grow as a couple. You know, I want us to get closer to each other as a couple, and then later on, you know, we can get to having sex later. Clara then says, you know, I'm just learning that I have to take things slowly, okay, slower than I'm used to. And she kind of giggles, meaning Ryan is the one who don't want to have sex. Ryan's getting what he want or he don't want right now, even though she wants some dick and he won't give it to her, okay? And I'm like, I mean, I guess so. Let's move on to Jacob and Haley, the weird couple. Jacob and Haley, okay? I just feel like, you know, it's some bullshit in the water. So we see, and they're in Vegas still, and she's bringing up how, you know, he got upset with me because last night I told him about a girl's night or whatever, and he felt like I was lying. So he said I was a liar. He thought that I had a boyfriend back home, and I've been single for 7 years, and blah, 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 blah. So now I'm at the airport, and I am here by myself because I feel like we need some space because he did not apologize for calling me a liar and being upset with me over the girls' night that we still don't know if it was really a girls' night. So again, she flew home solo dolo, whatever, because she changed her seat. So they then get back to the house that they're going to be sharing, of course, and they walk in the door and they get right to the fuckery of it all. Well, you called me a liar. Well, you lied. Well, you told me I have a boyfriend. Now I have one. Well, you act like you don't like me. So I assume that you like me for 2 days, and if you didn't, whatever, you remind me because I've been through things, whatever, and exes that I've had has done the same things again. He has been through things in his life that he's now attributing to her and her antics or whatever. And, you know, she then brings about, well, I just don't want to hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling the truth, whatever, I just needed some space, and I did not want to say that because it could hurt your feelings. I'm like, yeah, but him finding out you was lying probably hurt more, but I'm gonna leave that be. So again, they fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss, and so they both sleep in separate rooms, but at least they both stayed at the house or whatever. And so we then see the following morning, he say he realized, I fucked up. So I have apologized or whatever, and I really hope we can do a whole little master reset. She said he apologized, and I accepted it, and I hope we can also do a reset. I feel like she don't like him, and she's doing things to make sure he knows that she don't like him. But she then don't like when he reacts to her not liking him. I'm like, it's like that shit crazy, whatever. We then see who comes by. Pastor Cal comes by to talk to them too. And I feel like their conversation is repetitive to where she don't feel a connection to him. She's like, I have never felt a connection to you. He feel like, but for 2 days you did. Not only that, we had sex. So at some point there was something there. But she's like, well, no, it's nothing there. Like, this 80s shit is weird or whatever. Maybe if he wasn't so 80s, I could possibly, get some kind of connection with him because to be different. I'm like, girl, bye. Okay. And Patrick Cow reminds them both, like, being married is about allowing your spouse to open you up, change you up, show you different things, whatever. So y'all both need to be open to that. But Jacob, you need to be open to getting rid of that 80s shit. So we then have Vincent and Brianna. Okay, so I love her braids. Anyway, they get to the new apartment they sharing or whatever, and she brings up, I am a neat freak, and I'm always picking up behind people. I'm always doing that. And even on our honeymoon, I was always picking up behind Vincent or whatever. And so he didn't tell me it bothered him. So I'm going to continue to do that until he says something different or whatever. I'm looking like, ooh, her saying that made me feel like, what if he ain't said nothing yet? I'm like, don't do that. But again, he ain't said shit, so how she supposed to know? So when they walk through the house or whatever, my eyebrows keep itching, y'all. He brings up how, because it's 2 bathrooms, like maybe this can be the messy bathroom, meaning I don't need you coming in this bathroom picking up behind me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was his way of saying, like, don't pick up behind me in this bathroom like you did in the honeymoon suite. Okay, don't do that. Like the other bathroom, yes, if I leave whatever down, pick it up, but like leave this and be. She's like, no, we're gonna do that and we're gonna clean this one too. No, not messy. Okay, fine, they would not. Okay, now we do see they go see each other's houses. I feel like both of them had nice homes, apartments or whatever. He was overwhelmed at her apartment mainly because her closets are small, but she has a lot of stuff, okay? And because she has shoes like stacked up and a lot, like I have a lot of stuff. So for me, I feel like had she had bigger closets, he wouldn't be so overwhelmed with how much stuff she has. I can understand seeing someone have a lot of stuff in a small space. And I do feel like she had a lot of stuff, but her closet was smaller, so it looked overstuffed. But it really wasn't that bad and whatnot. Okay, anyway, they get to his place and she's like, oh my God, he's really clean and neat. I'm so happy that his apartment is so neat. And it was neat. So cool. Bam, bam, boom. Okay, so we do see Pastor Cal comes down and does what? Talk to the couple and whatnot. Okay, and he asks, like, have y'all had any real conversations? Because they say how great they're doing so far. Like, have y'all talked about like money or whatever? Well, yeah, we talked about that or whatever. He brings up how, I am self-employed, I have a new business or whatever. And I've always wanted someone there to support me in my endeavors or whatever. And she brings up how he's so driven. He has so much ambition. I just want to be there to help him or whatever. And wherever areas he lack, I want to help him out. I'm like, does that mean you gonna give him money? Or like be supportive, like emotionally. I'm like, which one is that? Anyway, they also bring up how they have discussed children and how they want to have children in a few years later on down the line. Oh, so y'all had sex. They was like, well, yeah, we have whatever. And they both kind of say mainly because they both felt this instant connection from the moment they got married or whatever. And he brings up how from the moment I spoke to her after the wedding, I knew that I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life. And she said, I felt the same way. So again, they had this connection from the start and they just kind of built on that from that moment or whatever. Cool. And she brings up how she also loved that she can be herself with him. She does not have to make herself smaller or be less than around him. That's fine. Now, because they're like, oh, it's great so far or whatever, are there any pet peeves that you two might have, about each other? He then brings up, I just want to make sure, like, she respects me, okay, because sometimes how she talks to him can be a bit much or whatever. And he's like, not in what she say, but in how she says it, okay? Her tone at times come off a bit, a little bit extra, a little bit stingy or whatever. I realize Vincent is sensitive, okay? I think Vincent needs some counseling to handle his emotions and how he interprets what people say to him. Okay, I will say that or whatever. Now, she brings about she never wants to come off as she's being rude, okay? But she do know there's a tone that she uses that she hopes does not come off rude, okay? Boom, pow, pow. He also brings about, he worries that I will have a reaction based on how she talks to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have a reaction or say the wrong thing to her that causes an issue. And I can appreciate Pastor Cal telling him, like, you are going to say something that's going to be wrong. Like, you're going to piss her off. Like, it's going to happen. Like, no one is perfect. Both of y'all are going to say something at one point to piss the other one off. It's going to happen or whatever. The key is, as long as y'all can discuss why it happens and communicate about it, you can move past it. He then say, well, that's the thing. We communicate differently. And I'm looking like, oh, shit. Again, Vincent needs a little bit of counseling on how he interprets what people say to him and what they mean by it, but also how he takes it in, okay? It's a difference and whatnot, okay? So they back at the house celebrating. He has some champagne, okay? He opened the champagne, and champagne just happens to spill out on the floor or whatever. Now they wipe it up, okay? The floor is clear. It's just champagne. And she then said, we have to get some cleaner so the floor or the room does not smell like champagne. Like, okay, it's fine. It's okay. So she said, oh, that's real cute. That's real Vincent of him. And he was like, what? And that was real Vinny of you. And she said it. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. So he had a reaction based on her saying that even though it wasn't a big deal to us, he took what she meant in some kind of way, and his whole mood changed or whatever. Now, she realized, okay, something just changed here and I don't know what or whatever. And so they're unpacking their clothes and closet or whatever. And she then says, do you want to share the closet? He's like, well, no, how about, you take one closet, I'll take the other, so that way we, I'm not in your way. And we can have our own space. And I felt in that moment what he felt like is she has a way that she likes to do things and have things. So it's better for her to have her own space. So that way, if I put myself in a different way, she won't say something to me about it. And I didn't see an issue with that at all. It's what came after that. I said, oh, see, here we go. So she again said, I noticed a change or whatever. So in the closet, they're changing. So they go in the room or whatever, in the closet, and you can hear their mics or whatever. She then whispers, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? He then say in a whole different tone than we've seen. Like, it was a tone, and I'm pissed off. He wasn't loud. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't, that the tone just changed, in my opinion or whatever. He then said, I'm just sick and tired. No, I'm tired of your smart comments. And she was like, what? What do you mean or whatever? He then brings up how I feel like you belittle me. Like you say things that are demeaning and I feel disrespected. While he 100% needs counseling to handle that thought in his head, I also understood it when he explained it. He then said, when you said, me wasting champagne was me, it was very Vinny of him. What did you mean? You said, did you mean like I'm an idiot? He probably feels less than and stuff. I think people that probably talk to him and belittle him his whole life, so now that's a defense mechanism to feel like, okay, you said something, and so it makes me feel like you are telling me I'm less than, I'm dumb, or I'm an idiot. Because I don't think she meant it like that, but I get if someone say you messed up and you pulled a Vinny between you're kind of dumb or whatever. So while I can comprehend why he took it that way, I wish he would have expressed it differently. Okay, I'm saying that or whatever. And then when he says, do you think I'm like, as you say, I'm being a bit like that, like me being an idiot? No, I would never call you an idiot. I just would not do that. He said, well, I just not like how you said that or whatever. So again, he's mad now. And not only that, she admits in the confessional that she knows that she does make smart comments. So to me, I feel like people who make smart comments, you can't do that to people you don't know. Because they don't know that you're joking. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how you do it. They don't know you. So things that she usually jokes about with her friends who know she's just joking, he don't know you like that. So I feel like that's why he should kind of get a little bit of help for how he interpret things. But I also feel like she needs to be aware her jokes may not be funny to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he seems a bit sensitive about things, how people talk to him. So that whole thing was, I'm like, girl, saying too much or whatever. So when she brings up how she does not want him to flip out on her, like if he's upset or whatever, like don't bottle things up to flip out on me. He then say, well, I don't like how you flipping it on me. And I'm like, oh, here go that bullshit again. He needs to get some help learning to comprehend how to take things. Okay, I'm gonna say that, leave it there. He then brings up how again, I don't like being put down or whatever. And when she then said, well, I don't talk about it no more, I'm done. Okay, well, I can go back home. He gets up, packs a little bag, and then leaves. Girl, she's like, I can't believe he left. I'm like, I can't. Again, I think he's leaving to prevent from blowing up. Okay, because we know it's coming. We know it's coming, but I feel like they can communicate a little bit better. Again, girl, foolishness. Next up we have Eric and Virginia. Okay, the drunk and the pilot. She brings up how she is so used to her small apartment. She likes her own space with her pets. You know, I need my own space. I need to be by myself or whatever. Virginia is a party girl. She does not need to be married right now. She does not need to be married to an adult man who wants a stay-at-home wife that he can kind of tell her where to go and what to do. She's still in the partying phase. Even though she wants a husband, she really wants someone who she can come home to when she feels like it, who will let her drink out all night. That's what she wants. Anyway, so when she brings up to him how I just hope you're okay, like, but I need my space. Because again, she's never lived with someone either. He like, well, I've lived with someone, but I just know that it's about compromising. Okay, it's about compromise, and it is. But again, it's weird that she really feels like I need space for my husband. You've been married for 8 days. Girl, I can't. He then brings up how I don't think she realized that she's in a marriage. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, how do you need space? You know what I'm saying, I'll already be gone when I'm flying. Like, what more, like, how much more space would the person need or whatever? It's just weird. I agree with Eric, even though I feel like Eric is an asshole, I agree with his logic 83% of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's that little 17% that I'm looking like it could be some bullshit. It could be some misogynistic, toxic ass stupidity from that man. I don't know yet. So when they go to see each other's places or whatever, he like her place is like her, as small, as quaint as this, as that, or whatever. It was a nice place, pictures everywhere, whatever. It was fine. They get to his house, and his house was nice. He had a nice little condo. And she, oh no, it's too big. You know what I'm saying? I could not see myself living. It's like a bachelor pad. He's a bachelor. You move in and you change shit around because he's now a married ass man. It was a nice condo little thing and whatnot. Okay, I'm like, to me it shows she like little ass rinky dinky ass places because she wants to go drink and have a little bit of space to fall off some damn where. So we do see Pastor Cal comes over to chit chat with them too and whatnot, okay? And she brings up how, I still need, wait, no. I need him to understand that I am not in a partying phase. Okay? Me partying is who I am, okay? It's not a phase. It's a phase. It's a phase. You're in your 20s. It's a phase. I had a whole partying phase, and you do outgrow it once you grow the fuck up and get a husband or children or whatever. You will outgrow it eventually, or you may die trying. I don't know. Anyway, so they chit chat or whatever. They tell him that they have had sex. Okay, they had sex. It was good in that area, whatever. Eric then brings up how the age difference is not a big issue. It's not a big issue at all. However, he does feel like she has not experienced life as much as he has. She has not lived as much as he has, as far as relationship. So, because there's immaturity in her that doesn't get that she's in a marriage. Okay, he said she's treating this like this is a boyfriend girlfriend thing, and that's not what it is and whatnot. Okay, I'm not. It's very, very true. So she brings up how it was weird because she went out with her friends or whatever. He asked her to text him once she made it there. She said that was weird, okay? She also brings up how he told me, like, to be careful. And I'm like, well, he gives a fuck. I'm like, who gets upset that someone said, hey, text me to let me know you made it? She feel like he is trying to control her, which I can get because he do have a little bit of that in him as well. But I don't think it's an issue with someone saying, oh, you're going out here and there. Oh, let them know you made it. Quick, not call me, not send me a screenshot, just send me a quick text. Hey, hon, made it. You cannot make it and still text him and say you did. I don't care. He then brings up how she told him, I'm going out with so and so and so and so. And his issue was she told me she was going and didn't like talk to me about it. Well, because you said I had to like ask permission. He's like, not permission, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, you know what I'm saying, when you're married, you talk about that stuff or whatever with your spouse, even though you're free to do what you want to do. I'm split on that because I do feel like he feel like she should ask him shit. So I do get why she said that, because Eric gives me, you should ask me about where you're going. Like, oh, do you mind if I go hang out? Excuse me. You mind if I go and hang out somewhere where I do feel a aura from him of ask me first, okay? But again, we leave that be. So she then brings up, like, he think it's crazy that I like go out my guy friends, and sometimes I will pass out at their house because we just hanging out or whatever, and I may not come home. And he was like, they're like my best gay friends, like, but they're not gay, but they're like my gay friends. Plus, wait, are they gay? She says, well, no. He then says, well, then it's not okay. Like, I am a married man, specifically. I'm a married man, and I would not be okay with my wife, passing out or being asleep on some friend's couch who happens to be a man. Like, because as a man, I need to be sure that my wife is okay. And I can't do that if she's somewhere passed out and ain't called me and told me shit. How do I know that an asshole may not come over there and take advantage of her or whatever, and then she's put in the bed? Like, or they're not, like, they're my friends. Like, I've done it all the time. Like, I have always done this with them. He said, yes, when you were single. You're married now. I was married now. You are married, Virginia. She don't think. She don't. And as bad as I feel like Erica's an asshole, she is not a good wife. She is a maybe good girlfriend, maybe a good fuck buddy, a good drinking partner, but a wife, no ma'am, not today. Lastly, Paige and Chris. Punk ass Chris, dumb ass Paige. I cannot believe, okay, the bull of the shits going on betwixt these two. And I feel like, punk ass Chris and dumb ass Paige really is like, I don't even know how we got to this point. I'm like, how do we get here? Okay, Paige is moving into their new apartment by herself because Chris booked a flight while on their flight home from their honeymoon. He booked a flight to go to Chicago. We then see a clip of him saying that I booked a flight to Chicago for a couple of days to clear my mind and to be alone. Okay, now she said, I wish he was here so we can work out things. I look like Paige, dumbass Paige, dumbass Paige. For what? Poor K. She's like, I just want him to be here to experience this with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give him the time alone that he asked for. I'm let that be. Now, we see Chris eventually comes to their apartment to talk. However, he says he does not want it to be filmed, okay? He wants to talk to Paige alone. I'm like, what? Bitch, it's a show. We hear quick audio of him saying, I ain't trying to waste your time. I ain't gonna waste my time, whatever. And I don't want to be fake with these cameras and whatnot. Bam, bam, bam. And then it says they both cut their mics. Paige then called the producers to tell them about the meeting that Chris would not let them film, even though they are filming a reality show. She said Chris told her that he is getting back with his ex, that he has already contacted a divorce lawyer and he wants a divorce. The man who we knew from the wedding day did not like her. The man who kept talking about how much he was not attracted to her. The man who still fucked her on the wedding nights, and then told her day one of the honeymoon that he had another girl pregnant, has now told his wife of like 8 or 9 days that he wants a divorce because he's going to get back with the ex-fiance that he was engaged to maybe 4 months prior, because she's 6 weeks pregnant. 6. Okay. Paige is pissed. This is some bullshit. I'm done with him. I'm going to go meet with Pastor Cal tomorrow. I'm going to tell him all of what happened. I'm telling him everything. I'm like, okay, dumbass Paige. So, dumbass Paige is talking to Pastor Cal about punk ass Chris, okay? Now, Chris was supposed to also come to meet up with Pastor Cal, because each couple, of course, was doing what? Meeting with Pastor Cal. But Chris don't show up, okay? So she's like, I don't know where to go from here. I'm like, bitch, go get a lawyer. Okay? Go get a lawyer. When your husband of 8 or 9 days tells you I want a divorce because I have another woman pregnant who I used to be engaged to and I am getting back with her. When he comes to you and tells you that off camera, get a lawyer. Leave him. Divorce him. Fuck him. He ain't shit, okay? So she then goes on to tell Pastor Cal what has been going on between her, dumbass Paige, and him, punk ass Chris. You know, I felt a disconnect from the wedding day. I felt a disconnect, okay? But Chris wanted to have sex on our wedding night, and so I did. But did you give consent to have sex with him? She's like, yes, I did. Okay. But why did you have consensual sex with him when you did not feel a connection with him from the jump? She then say, well, I didn't want to upset my husband on our wedding night. Oh, dumbass Paige. At the end of the day, when you said you did not feel a connection with that man from the point of the marriage starting on day one at the wedding, why did you fuck him? Why did you put what he wanted over what you felt in your bones, bitch? Why? Okay. Now, she said that she should have noticed the red flags. Okay. And there were plenty of red flags all around. She said, but I was committed to this process of taking my vows with him, and I wanted it to work, okay? She then say, and Chris then told me that his ex was 6 weeks pregnant. Now, Pastor Cal was like, what? Oh my God, what? He looked shocked. So I do wonder how much production shared with Pastor Cal before this. I don't know. I really wonder, because if he was shocked fakely, don't do that. But he clearly looked shocked like this, like he didn't know. But he was like, so that means, you know, he was still having sex with her while being vetted for this process. Ain't that about a bit? That is some bullshit. Okay, he said BS. Okay, anyway. But again, she then say, but after he talked that, I still wanted to work it out, okay? Because I have been with men with kids before. I have been with men who have children, okay? I am not new to this. I am true to this. I'm like, oh. So you not a new fool, you a true fool. Okay, truthfully a fool round here and whatnot. I'm like, girl, I cannot. So Pastor Cal then said, well, after all of this that happened with him, you know, did you continue to have sex with him even after he told you he didn't like you, after he told you he got the girl pregnant, you still had sex with him. And Paige then says, yes, I did. I'm saying, he said, Paige, did y'all at least use condoms? And she said, no, we did not. Me and Chris have been having sex every day, every day since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It may be maybe 2 or 3 days that we did not have sex, but every day we were having unprotected sex. And he said, why? He was like, Pastor Cal had to relax, to relate, and to release, and to center himself and everyone around him when she said that she continued to have unprotected sex with Chris. Girl, bye. So she laughs when he asks why, and she then say, well, because he kept saying he wanted a honeymoon baby. I'm looking like, bitch, you didn't know him. What you did know was that you did not feel a connection with the man. Who wants to have a baby with someone they don't feel a connection to? I'm like, that is dumb. Dumb diddy. Dumbass Paige, okay? I just feel like Paige is stupid. I just really feel like Paige is stupid. So she brings up how he then came back to the apartment and talked to her and told her that he is still in love with his ex. She still loves him. And so they're going to make it work and have this baby. I'm looking like, bitch, okay, fine. Then punk ass Chris walked up into the room smiling like the asshole he is. Boom. Okay, and now we have a conversation with punk ass Chris and dumb ass Paige looking at, girl, I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life or whatever. Okay, when he walked in smiling like the rat he is, you old spinner motherfucker. Anyway, Pastor Cal says, you told Paige you want your ex back, right? And they would have said, well, I don't want anyone raising my kid. I think I still love my ex. I think I need to get divorced, okay? He like, but you broke up with your ex for a reason and then came on this show. So does that reason that you broke up with her doesn't matter anymore? Chris then said, I haven't gotten that far in my thinking. I'm like, this motherfucker has not thought past his dick. Okay, well, anyway. So Paige say, I came to this with pure intendence or whatever. I got the short end of the stick. I cannot believe this. I feel like, Paige, you can't keep saying that you got a whole fucked up deal, because you could have easily left him alone the minute he told you, 1, he was engaged a couple months ago, and 2, he had a baby on the way with said person who was 6 weeks pregnant. Okay, 6 weeks ago. Girl, the fuck bye. And when she was like, he told me that he went to console her because her father had died. Pastor Cal said, that's some bullshit. Okay, he said bitch. I'm like, still. Anyway, so Paige, you drug me in your shit in this mess, and I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. Chris then say, well, my intentions were clear too. He said, I didn't drag you. I'm like, you bitch said, I did not drag her. I'm like, yes, you did, okay? And Pastor Cal then say, the only thing that you were clear about was having sex with her. Okay, that's it. Chris then said, well, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I won't discuss that. He was trying to imply that he wasn't the one who wanted sex. It was Paige. Liar, okay? I don't know, because Paige is dumb and he's a rat. Who can we believe? We don't know. Anyway, Pastor Cal then says how, Paige has been great in this. Like, Paige has been so supportive of him. She allowed y'all to still be together even after you told her what, you did or whatever. So, she's a great person. This fool then say, well, my fiance is great too. Fuck that bitch. This ain't about her, girl. Anyway, Pastor Cal then say with Paige, how do you feel? Paige say, well, it doesn't really matter because he loves sex. I'm like, bitch, girl, the fact that you're saying how you feel don't matter because of how he feels means you are stupid, okay? You are dumb, Paige. He is punk ass Chris, but y'all are a match made in devil's heaven, okay? Girl, the fuck bye, okay? So Pastor Cal then gets up and leaves. Gives Paige a hug and say, you'll be fine. Like, you will get past this. Blah 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 blah. He leaves. Chris then whispers in Paige's ear. Okay, Before he did that, he said, I just hope you won't hate me. He then whispered in her ear, and she then say he whispered he doesn't want to fall in love with me. Or no, he's scared he's going to fall in love with me. I was like, this bitch, Chris is a diabolical psychopath. Okay? Because he wants Paige to still want to be with him, even though he don't want to be with her. I'm like, what the fuck? Paige then say, I'm so confused. You know, are we really done or not? Bitch, yes. Even if he isn't done, you should be. Paige has shown us the reason as to why she's single and unmarried, because she puts up with the most utter bullshit someone can dish at her. That's why, because you have been with girl. She said, I don't know if you're over or not, because he whispered in my ear that he hopes, that he's scared that he's going to fall in love with me. He then said, where my luggage at? It's in my car. Okay, I'm like, y'all better not go have sex. Y'all better not go get that man luggage and have sex. Y'all better not do that. They go to her car, get his luggage, and they just stand in the parking lot looking at each other. Like, neither. I'm like, what is y'all waiting for? And I'm like, is he waiting for her to say, come? Like, what is going on here? She, I'm gonna walk away now. And then she leaves. He gets in the car, pulls off. Dumb ass. We can't even feel bad for Paige no more, because the fact that she kept fucking him after he did all of this, that dick can't be that good. It can't be. Girl, look, I have been dumb for dick before, but not in my 30s. Dumb for dick is in your teens and your 20s. Y'all is in your 30s. What these, girl? That was our episode. This is a long review. I know it's a long review. But the show is 2 hours. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, well, later on today, on the panel. Okay, gotta go. Peace.